When you have a design prepared and it's in this 3x3 box, you may notice that not everything is actually falling inside the 3x3 box, which is going to become a problem later when we try making this into a seamless pattern. The way that we fix this is as follows. I need to make sure that everything that's coming off the board on this side is also on the right side is also on the left, and that everything on the left is also on the right, the same with the top and the bottom, and that it's falling in the right places. So I'm going to show you how you can take care of this, and I'm going to lock layer 2. The first thing I'm going to do is the left side to the right side. Now I've just selected both of these shapes, and I'm going to hit Command C or Control C, and that will copy it. And now what I'm going to do is copy it in place. So that's Command or Control F. Now it doesn't really look like anything because I've just copied it right on top. What I'm going to do here is look over to the transform side where we have the XY axis. And something that's important to note is that going from right to left or left to right is the x-axis, and going from top to bottom is the y-axis. This is a 3x3 box, so what I need to do to move this over to exactly the right spot on the other side of the box is to add 3 inches to where it's falling on the x-axis of the page. So now I'm going to go to the end, and I'm going to type in +3, then hit enter, and it moves it right over to the other side of the page. Now we need to fix the design to accommodate for this space, for these shapes that just showed up here. Now we can't move these anymore, but we can move the other things around it. So I'm going to move this bagel. I'm actually just going to delete it. I think I'm going to move that one over. And I think I'm going to make this one bigger and this one smaller. And that's just to accommodate for the new things that have become a part of the design. Maybe make this bigger on that side to fill up more space. Okay, and you know what? I think this one is too close and can be moved over here where it feels a little bit empty. And maybe we can do this over there. Okay, now there's nothing that's coming off the side on the right, but maybe if we move this over there, I think that's okay. And now what we're going to need to do is copy and paste this and move it over to the left. So I'm going to hit Command or Control C, and then Command or Control F, which pastes in place. Now instead of on the x-axis moving it over, instead of hitting plus, I'm going to hit -3, and that will jump it over to the left. Okay, great. The next thing we want to do is take care of the top and the bottom. Let's do the top first. So I'm just going to select everything that's coming off the top of the box, and now I'm hitting again Command C or Control C, and then I'm going to hit Command F or Control F, which pastes it in place. Now here on the y-axis, I'm trying to move it down 3. So I'm going to hit -3 at the end. And did that do anything? No, it didn't. Let's do it again. Let's see what happens if I do it correctly. I did that after this inch sign, so let's see what happens. Whew, what just happened? So I'm going to, let's see, there's nothing here. Okay. So there are 2 of them. So we did copy and paste it in the right way. Now let's see if we can make it go down. Let's see if we do +3, what happens? Yeah, okay, so my problem was that I was minusing when I wanted to be adding. Okay, now we have a double bagel problem here because this bagel is overlapping with this one. So really I'm just going to move that one up. And I think that's pretty good. Yeah. I think that I'm happy with how this looks. Okay, now the next thing we want to do is make this, we want everything that's falling off of the box to be hidden. So what I'm going to do is now use the layer 2 box that we've created as a clipping mask. And a clipping mask, so now this box is on top. A clipping mask in Illustrator, what it does is it hides everything that's not inside the box. So if you select the entire thing, everything together, and now we go to Object, Clipping Mask, Make, everything that's not inside the box, it's still there. You know, the shapes still exist. It's just that they get hidden away. And now we have our pattern. Now we have our design that's ready to become a pattern. This is also a good time to consider what you want your background color to be, because the further along you go, the harder it is to change the colors. So, you know, before, maybe I just hit Command or Control V to get rid of the clipping mask. It's probably a good time before you make the clipping mask to decide what colors you want. And again, to make a clipping mask, what you would do is you need the box that you're making the mask to be on top. So let's put that back on top. And then you can go to Object, Clipping Mask, Make. The shortcut for that is Command or Control 7. To make the background color, we want to have this second box be beneath. This is going to show up on top. Let's put this box on layer 1. And then I'm going to hit Command V to paste it down. Now I'm going to select the bagel so that way I can get the right color. And now if this is the color that's there, then the color guide is going to reflect that color. I'm just going to think about what colors I want to use for my background. I actually think that going complementary colors could be really nice, since this is such a pleasant color. I want this to be on layer 1 instead of layer 2. So I'm just making sure that layer 1 is selected, and then I can paste it onto layer 1. When you have a shape that you like, you are ready to move on to making it into a pattern. Something to note is that if you have something that's like such a straight grid, you don't really need to do this step. You can just go right. This isn't a 3x3 exact shape, but because it's just a strict grid, you don't really have to worry about things overlapping and hitting each other in a haphazard way.